Fumble through! Fumble through! Fumble through! Fumble through! Fumbling through, fumbling through. Fumbling through, fumbling through. Fumbling through!
Great galloping gonads, it's time for Fumble Through!
Fumble Through.
A podcast that knows vasectomies are a mixed bag. Hello there, Fumble Files, and welcome to another episode of our little podcast that could. We are belly full and burgeoning with life and ready to explode at any moment. Tonight's game, it's definitely going to be some fun. So let's steam on ahead and see what's in store for our socials. That was a lot of alliteration there, Lindsay.
There was, yes. We got the Facebook, we got the TikToks, we got the Instagrams. We were talking before
We got
this.
your Facebooks, we got your Instagrams, we got... Come on, bar, swing on bar, we got what you need.
We were talking about X, but, I'm still out on that subject.
Yeah.
I've got 3 of those. I go to that site all the time.
X.
XXX.
Oh, jeez.
But yes, just remember to get on all those and rate, review, and subscribe.
Does those 3 X's go with your ex-wife? Who is, or soon to be ex-wife, after she hears that you go on
What?
XXX?
Good joke, Justin.
Yeah, fuck off. Yeah.
That's like,
I fucking quit!
I've just turned 50. Don't say I've got an ex-wife. I thought I'd forgotten something. I thought the dimension kicked in.
Yeah, well, it is your birthday.
Is it?
yesterday.
Oh,
You
Happy
turned,
birthday.
You
I thought the
turned,
dimension kicked in.
you turned a number, and do you want to disclose this number?
50. I just said it.
Oh,
Did you say it?
sorry,
There's the
have I
dementia
missed something?
right there.
Where am I? Why are you feeding me dog food? So, what did you do for your birthday?
Well, so for my birthday, we had a lovely time at a communal area where alcohol was served with a bunch of friends who turned up. But the weekend before that,
Yeah.
we did a little D&D weekend away, which
Yeah,
was
what
great
happened
fun.
during that D&D weekend?
Well, there was a lot of alcohol drunk, a lot of games played,
Do you want to talk about the fight?
couple of nanas chucked.
Do you want to talk about the fight that happened?
No, I
No.
don't want to talk about it. What goes on D&D weekend stays on D&D weekend.
Is that because it happens in the future from this recording moment?
It's possible somebody will roll a 1.
It's very possible there's going to be dice thrown across a room.
There's possibility of tears.
Yeah, there's a possibility of tears.
We were
there's
just
a
talking
possibility
about probability.
There's but not forget about it, but fuck off about it. There won't be any of that stuff going. Anyway, so I guess what is the drink for this evening, Mr. Old Man?
Oh.
Or did you forget that too?
I did. You brought it. So let's have a look.
Did you bring this?
Yeah, I brought this one.
Justin brought this one.
I
This is-
wondered why it was only 1.3 units per can.
This is warmly redefining this drink. It's ginger beer from the Guilo Beer Company.
Guilo.
Called Guilo.
Wakatangi!
This is going to be the new Yabisu, is it?
is, right?
Yabisu!
Yeah. Big Trouble in Little China, right?
Yeah, so
Big Trouble in Little
it-
China.
It says on the can, Guilo, Cantonese term meaning ghost chap, Cantonese slang term used to describe foreign settlers in Canton in the 16th century, affectionate slang term used to describe foreigners in Hong Kong.
I don't
So-
think it's
so what-
affectionate. I just looked it up on the internet.
So does
It's not affectionate.
who are they referring to? Lopan in the movie when he says Guilo? Or is
you
he
can
referring
take-
to
It's
Kurt Russell?
Westerners.
You
Yes.
can take the Guilo out of Hong Kong, but you can't take the Hong Kong out of the Guilo.
Oh my gosh!
This is
so
clear.
it is
This is
clear.
like
It's a
tap clear.
it's a
Oh.
ginger beer, but it is clear. I think all
Strawberry
the
blonde, you might
looks
say.
like
has the
soda
ginger.
water.
Yeah, it has the ginger. Oh, it smells gingery. It definitely has a
smells
ginger
yeasty.
smell. I don't. How do you feel about the can? The can's like got a weird
It's furry.
fur on it. Has it?
Not to touch, only to look
No,
at.
it's
No,
got like
it's
this
that'd be
brush.
something,
Brush, warmly redefining Guayalo.
Can I borrow yours for a second and have a sniff? What does it taste like to you? Shit.
Yeah, it's not great.
Yeah, mine tastes like shit. Yeah, yours smells better than mine.
Oh, you know what that tastes like?
Shit.
It tastes like
It doesn't smell great.
it tastes like You've left a little bit of ginger beer in a glass full of ice, and the ice is melted.
That's what I was thinking.
It tastes like water.
I haven't drunk it yet. I'm looking at
Get
Luke's
it down,
face.
get it down,
I'm
get
not
it
sure
down.
what to-
It is very watery.
Should I get the lime from the fridge?
Cook it up, put it in the water, maybe.
Mix them all up. What about the ginger? Did the ginger stay in the can?
Brett, just drink it. Come on.
It's because this is white, right? There's fuck all to it.
But it's 1.3 units of alcohol that
Oh, hang
just
on.
tastes like water.
It goes long.
Don't taste it. Just smell it.
Yeah.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
It smells yeasty. It,
It
smells
goes.
yeasty to
It's
me.
like it's got this long kind of grossness, like garbage taste.
Oh, we call that in Cantonese guaylo.
It's not low with the guai. It's very actually high.
Yeah, guay. You're a guaylo kind of guy.
This is up there with the bottle of wine you brought, Justin.
Oh, look, I'm going to give you full disclosure.
Is
It
this
was on
expired?
special.
Oh, far out.
I had the guy scan the can. Guess how much a single can was? Guess. Guess.
I don't want to.
90 cents.
No. No. Come on.
$4.
$6. $7. No, $6. Guess how much the 4-pack was?
Oh, I don't know.
$7.
What?
You get what you pay
Get what
for.
you pay for. Fuck.
These are originally $24, and I was like, "Oh, that's going to be great."
I kind of feel like I
it's-
need to crack open a
I thought maybe it was on special because they
non-alcoholic
were
ginger beer
introducing them.
to add the ginger to it.
Is this what like? Do you remember Frank gave us
The hot water?
The hot water.
Hold
Like,
on.
is this ginger water?
Let me just read the description here, the proper description of the term guaylo and what it means. Our take on classic alcohol ginger beer with an Asian twist. We layer lashings of ginger, lemongrass, lime, and a dash of Szechuan pepper.
Oh, I don't.
This is
Taste
then
the
fermented
pepper.
right down to balance the flavors with a crisp, dry
Oh,
finish.
They fermented
So
it way down.
I think what they're talking about, like if we read that, that's what you're drinking.
Yeah.
I've got no problem with that.
Oh, now he said I
Yeah,
can
yeah,
now
yeah.
taste the
All of
spiciness.
that's there.
In the head, I was expecting like an actual ginger,
Ginger
beer.
beer.
Like
Like
a
Right.
very
Yeah.
bold and
And I've just had a non-alcoholic ginger beer.
Yeah.
So I had that already on my palate, going, all right, well, this will flow.
it's growing on me.
Mm.
It is certainly.
I'll be honest, actually, yes.
It's certainly refreshing.
I think that was the trick of the mind there because my mind and my palate was expecting a certain type
Yeah.
of drink.
It's not
It
bad.
didn't happen. It's not.
It's just
actually.
it's very subtle.
It's like
I think
so,
I was-
as
yeah.
I said, it's like soda water. Like you
I
you
was
get those soda waters with
unfairly,
the hint of the
I was
lime and all that.
unfairly dismissive of it.
I think
at
if
first
I had
sight,
a beef
Justin.
and black bean, this would work perfectly with it.
Ooh, anything goes well with
All
a
right.
beef and black bean.
Hit pause. We're going. I'm getting takeaway.
I don't like
I'm
beef
in.
and black bean.
It's too late
I did.
Is it? Too late for who?
for for kitchens to be open.
Really? Pinto tie be open now, right?
No.
I did
Oh,
4 kilos of bolognese today. I'm all right.
oh! You ate 4
No,
kilos
I
of
cooked
bolognese. Jesus.
3 kilos?
I forgot I had lunch. Then I forgot I had lunch.
It depends. If you add the spaghetti.
So, yeah, guaylo. Good job.
Guaylo.
Gualo.
It was worth it. It was worth a try.
And I think it's the Guaylo Brewing Company. I
Oh,
think
it's warm though. Are you getting a warm?
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
now
tongue-
that
the
we
stomach,
start-
I'm getting warm in
Yeah.
the stomach
I
now.
feel
Yeah.
like every
The
time I've had
Szechuan.
Asian alcohol,
Mhm.
it starts and you go, oh, hang on a second, that's a little weird, and then you go, oh, that's all right, and then you go, oh, I'm really pissed.
Well, we did work with a Chinese lady who used to talk about her race's intolerance of alcohol, and every time she would have a drink, she would turn bright red, and she was like, "This is a thing of my people."
I kind of like the name for what it is because it's like the ghost of ginger beer.
It is the ghost of ginger beer, the ghost of ginger beer past.
The bitter banshee of a ginger beer.
The ghosts that you will all become tonight. Anyway, tonight, the dicey question. As we always do, this is going to be a very interesting one that is going to confuse, befuddle, and perhaps confound. If you had the power to bring back one cancelled TV show for another season, what would you bring back? And how would you continue the story?
Oh.
Firefly.
And how would you continue the
Straight
story?
where it left off.
And what would it? How would you continue? Straight where it left off. Everyone's 10 years older for some reason, but
No. Well, bring it back now.
yes.
I don't want to bring back
No,
Firefly
right now. If you had the power right
they're
now
way
to
too
bring
old,
back
okay.
one cancelled TV show,
I retract
but
Firefly.
I also want to know what the story is.
I retract Firefly. I don't want to bring him back now. They're too old.
I'll tell you because I thought Firefly because I always want to bring back Firefly, but instead of it just being the Firefly that we know, Mal is an old crusty captain and shit has gone down. He's lost, Book. He's lost Wash. We've got him and his first mate. So they're both on the ship, but they're not talking to each other because they blame each other. Their relationship's sour. The actual ship has gone into a bit of disrepair because the what's her name? I've forgotten. Keely has left the folds of the ship, and all of a sudden we teleport into the future, and they've found more children with powers. So the show is just more children, like there's 2 or 3 kids on the ship, and that's what's bringing them together. That's the glue that's keeping it all together. That's my story for Firefly.
So yours was Firefly as well.
My imagination.
I've retracted my Firefly.
Can I go with just in case you?
Go for it.
Is it
Firefly?
No.
Oh.
Space Above and Beyond.
What's that?
You never saw Space Above and Beyond?
Well, we've had this conversation, I
one
think.
season of this show. So it's back when CG was in its infancy. So it's around about the same time, I think, maybe as Babylon 5, and that was out as well. So the whole idea was like an intergalactic war between humanity and this other race. And you had the human military services. You were basically following a Marine squad. But in this particular setting, not only are they obviously like on the ships and foot troops, as in a sense like Marines are of today, they're also pilots as well. So if you like, almost like a splash between Battlestar and Navy SEALs kind of vibe going on. So the whole season is you're following these characters in this particular team. One of which is what they call a nipple neck, which is a synthetically grown human in a tank. They're called nipple necks because their umbilicus is actually attached to the back of their neck when they're growing in the tank. So their belly button is in the back of their neck.
Yeah.
And they were developed like years before in a war that was on Earth.
Yeah.
So they're like
As synthetic warriors?
Yeah.
Or
So they're
soldiers?
still human, but they're artificially grown to adult in the tank. And they're obviously very cognizant, as adults are in when they come out of the tanks, but they're obviously still only juvenile in terms of their chronological age. And they're held in very low esteem. But yeah, so one of the team members is a nipple neck as such. And you just basically follow in this team round and engaging in these different...
And what would the story be that you would continue on? Because
they
we're
left
all
it-
familiar from this one
I know.
series.
So they left it off at the end of the season was basically this big revelation that the aliens actually originated from Earth as well.
Oh.
And they were coming back, and there was this whole... They were, the humans had, the government, humanity's government had known this information and basically tried to keep it quiet, and were just trying to wipe out the other race kind of thing.
That's cool.
Who were more technologically advanced. So the end of the series is you got all the individuals in the team are basically in different circumstances, and basically most of them get killed off at the end. So it would be nice to pick it up with like maybe another squad or another ship, like a carrier ship, if you like, further out, like on the rim. All this has gone down where this big battle's happened, and they're coming back and trying to find out what's going on and picking up the pieces, kind of thing. With remnants of both races still obviously kicking off. It was a great show. It was a really good show.
I like it. Brett, what have you got? I have so many.
Well,
I'm feeling a little bit weird.
yeah.
My face has gone a bit itchy.
You got Guaylo. It's the high and Guaylos of this beer.
My brain originally went to Clone Wars because it ended and I wanted it to keep going, but the story continued.
That's because
I
all the
think
generals got killed?
They did. Effectively, they did because it was Order 66. But I think it continues in Rebels. There's a little gap there, but I think there's that. But what I want to see is...
Oh, Rebels is about that little kid who finds out he's a general, right?
No.
Okay.
No.
Ezra, he finds out he's
It
got...
took a while to think that one out. Like,
Ezra's-
you were waiting, you were click, 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 click.
Ezra's got those general powers?
Well, no, they're quite specific.
Yeah, there's general Jedi powers.
General powers?
General powers.
Yeah.
Are you trying to say he can't be a Jedi and a general.
And I've started it again.
You're
drawn him in.
You're Indian and a teacher. You can be two things.
He's not really a teacher. I don't think.
He's not really Indian.
But you said all the Jedi were generals. And all the generals were Jedi.
Well, there was a
The
librarian,
Jedi-
at least we know
The
of.
Jedi were part of the army. All the Jedi are part of the army, apparently.
Correct. Yep.
All of them. Every single one.
So that's what I'd want to see.
What happens? What's the story?
Well, I want to see where there's a gap there between Ahsoka leaving all the the helmets on the battlefield and Darth Vader, and then Ahsoka's grown up when you see her in Rebels, and she's, spoiler alert, Fulcrum, and there's a whole Rebel Alliance. There's a gap there that I'm missing, and a part of that isn't just the story of her. You know what the other story is, but you don't see the story of her and the Rebel Alliance. That's coming out.
Isn't that story the Revenge of the Sith, though? Isn't
No.
that the next incarnation straight after
No, because Darth Vader's
Clone
already
Wars?
Darth Vader,
Yeah,
right?
no, that's
in Clone Wars? He hasn't turned in the Clone Wars.
Yeah, no, you're
He
right.
He turns.
So,
But that leads right up to the edge of Revenge of the Sith.
I don't want to see I do want to see the Darth Vader. We've seen the Darth Vader story. I want to see the Ahsoka story and where she goes and what she does.
Is that the TV
And
show
and
that we're watching right now?
Oh, yeah. Fuck. That may well be.
Well, would it be the TV show that's
19th.
coming out?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's come out
Yep.
in the future
That's right.
last week.
yeah, cool.
That double episode was great.
Are you writing this show? Are you Dave Filoni?
I don't want to see, there's her story is good,
Yeah.
but where it jumps
Jar Jar.
back into Thrawn, and I've really gotten into the Thrawn story lately, and I really love him as a character. I really love the essence of him and the way he can analyze an opposition by their artwork or by their culture and comes up tactically with the response. We don't see in the filmed process Thrawn's story and how he gets to be in that world, and I'd really love to see that part of the story. I think that's a good one. What happens in Chiss space and the Chiss ascendancy and Thrawn coming to the Imperial Remnant.
As in the books, because those books were freaking amazing.
There's new books out now that talk about Thrawn's growth through the Chiss ascendancy and why he moves to the Empire.
That are part of the canon.
Well, they're out now. They're Zahn books, Timothy Zahn books, and they're brilliant.
But are they canon?
I don't know.
Damn it, answer the question.
I don't know, because the ones that we've read, the
Yeah,
old ones,
are
are
not.
not. They're
Yeah.
legends.
And also written by Timothy Zahn.
Yeah, but these have come out since, and they are, I think, canon. I think.
It's very hard to tell now what is and
What
what
is
is not
Yeah.
canon, especially like when that new Ahsoka TV show has got an E-wing in, which at one point was canon,
Yeah.
and was not canon, and now
Yeah,
obviously
No,
is
it
canon
is.
again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think that Thrawn story, if it follows the books, would be a good one.
It would be amazing.
It didn't when it hit Rebels. Thrawn wasn't the same Thrawn that we saw in the books, but I'd really love to see that story arc.
Have you got one yet, Lindsay?
Yeah.
Oh, just so you know, Timothy Zahn's an author like Brent Weeks.
All right, cool.
Yeah. Just so you know.
Cool.
I know you only know Brent Weeks.
He's an author
And
and
Brandon Sanderson.
And Brandon Sanderson books. Actually, we got to talk about that because I just finished some Brandon Sanderson books, and my God, they're good.
Yeah, good. And he writes so
The
quickly.
Mistborn series.
Yeah.
So good.
AI.
First 3 I've read.
I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, I would because it wasn't out when he started.
Yeah, that's right. AI didn't exist back then.
He's written so
did
many
it?
books.
He's prolific.
So many in such a short time. Ridiculous. Like 300 books in like 10 years or something. It's ridiculous.
300?
Yeah.
I didn't think it was that many.
It's something ridiculous.
Yeah.
100.
Anyway, what's your
Anyway.
TV show?
So this one's going to be more for my wife because,
Oh, Dawson's Creek.
I also thought Dawson's Creek when he said that.
and don't get on your British high horse, The American Office.
Oh, okay, fair enough. I thought you were going to say Friends. I was like, that has been done
No.
and done.
Okay, tell me what happens in this because I have a soft spot in my heart for The American Office, but I need to know how you're going to keep it going because there's some issues I had.
So
with the
I
end
kind of
it.
want to do. There's two different ways I think it could go. They could do they could do another documentary where they catch up with everyone. It's been 10 years since The Office finished. So 10 years on from Dunder Mifflin. Who's still at Dunder Mifflin? Who's moved on? Where have they gone? Which they could do quite well. Or they could do another documentary where they investigate the Scranton Strangler. Because there's a theory that, it's
Dwight.
Toby. There's a
it's
theory
Toby.
that it's Dwight. There's a theory that it's Creed Branton.
Yep.
You know, the theory is that Creed Branton went to jail after the season, but we all know a jail can't hold Creed Branton for long. So.
As long as Steve Carell comes back.
Yeah.
Because the show took a turn after Steve Carell left. I'm not saying it wasn't good and there wasn't quality, but it changed and it didn't change for the
but
better.
that character had played his course, and that's why I think it was perfect when he came back at the end. Like it was, you know, he had done what he had to do in that thing. There was no more growth for that character.
Yeah.
That's what she said.
It is what she said.
Good callback to The Office. I like it.
But yeah, I think that
very
could be
good.
quite good if they did it well.
Yeah, okay.
Like knowing it would only be a short series, like a short
Just
couple
one,
episodes.
another,
One shot,
okay,
yeah.
just a
Like
couple
an
back
extended
in.
episode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Any else that you've thought of since that you'd like to go for?
I
Here we
wouldn't
go.
mind going
Here we
to
go.
the original Transformers, Generation 1 Transformers.
Yeah.
The last season of that was just a callback
Mhm.
episodes and a breakup of the movie as 20 episodes. So they did 15 callback episodes from the past four seasons and then broke the movie up into 5.
Really?
Yeah. So I wouldn't mind seeing that roll out, the original.
With
I think-
Rodimus
Roll
Prime.
out. Nice. I like that.
Autobots. With Rodimus Prime as the person with the now called Allspark because you can't have the Prime Matrix.
I think I'd go from the end of season 4 and actually continue the story rather than call back the story and add the movie in. But yeah, Rodimus could be in there. I'm not sure. I just, the beasts and, there's a movie out now with the beasts in it and it's okay. But I loved the fact that they had the Dinobots and the,
Grimlock.
yeah, like such good kind of ways that story was going and interesting characters in there. And then they, rebooted it. Boo.
I would like to see another season of the Avatar: The Last Airbender. with Aang.
Oh,
Yeah.
Just
Is that
another
not Korra?
Like we're having where Aang's a little older.
Korra's a little bit in the future, but when Aang actually has to be the Avatar and he's got the Avatar
Right.
powers and people recognize who he is
Yep.
and
Yep.
he's taking control, like they allude to that in Korra, but
There's
I'd
a
like
couple
to
of episodes
see
where you actually see him as
Yeah.
an
adult.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, no, that would be cool.
I would like to
You're
see
right.
that, but
That
I'd
would
like
be
to
amazing.
see it follow Sokka's journey.
I
So-
just love that show
Yeah.
through and through.
Yes.
Is that a Ian Moss story?
what?
A song? Sucker's Journey? Is that a Ian Moss
Sokka's
song?
daughter?
Oh, right.
It's a journey.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Any others? Any others?
You didn't have a list?
18.
Well,
The
no,
18.
I don't-
Knight
see,
Rider.
I don't know how they ended. Because I was thinking of those. I was thinking, like, how do they end? What
yeah,
happened
but
at the
you
end
don't
of
have
those?
to know how they
And they
ended because they were
rebooted
so
Knight Rider,
episodic.
and they rebooted those things.
That's the
and,
problem with all of it's being rebooted and it's being done badly.
I've been
Yeah.
trying to think of shows that were cancelled,
Yeah.
but like I can't honestly remember. I remember there's a whole heap of the time I'm like, no, they've cancelled that show. I love that show, but I honestly can't think of them right now, which is kind of sad.
All right, I got one last one for you.
Besides
this
Firefly.
This has
Yeah.
just come to my brain right now.
Well, that was the most harrowing one of
Yeah.
the lot, really.
Yeah.
Firefly because it was
'cause
just
it was really good.
yeah, it was amazing. The Greatest American Hero, but it's set in present time. We have the Greatest American Hero who has basically he's got children that run around in his house because he's an old actor now, and I want him to be in the show, except he's losing his brain. So all the things he learnt of how the suit works are actually falling out of his memory, and there's a child who finds the suit, like his, some younger generation. It might be a boy or girl. I'm not, trying to put that in there anywhere. But they have to come to him for advice, and he only every now and then remembers snippets of that, and then recounts tales of him in his younger self done in CGI.
That's
Well,
good.
What about I know they've done it on YouTube, kind of the lost episode of the Dungeons and Dragons cartoon
The one that they've made recently.
with YouTube. And,
Yeah. That was great.
yeah. But they could redo that.
Where they actually find their way back to Earth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would go back and watch more Buffy and Angel.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Like I loved it, but I kind of feel like, Angel could have gone into a place where at least it kind of wrapped up. Because Angel ended abruptly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that was disappointing, actually.
But Buffy was done. Like there was nothing left on Buffy.
Well,
after-
everyone had sort of left because they had wrapped the story up because
Yeah.
they knew it was coming to a close. Whereas
Yeah, 'cause-
Angel got canned.
Yeah.
But Angel has the best last line of any show. I'm going to kill me a dragon. That's the last
Oh,
line
that's
of the
right.
whole
Yeah,
show
yeah. And then-
with
yeah.
what is it? The Wolfram and Hart
Yeah.
going down and the dragon there
Yeah.
and Spike and Angel and the gang are running in. And it's like, what are you going to do? I'm going to kill me a dragon.
See, I would have liked Heroes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, but I would have liked to
See,
have
that
canned
last
season
season
2.
got
Yeah, no,
shit.
get rid of season 2.
But that's the
Season
writer's
1
strike.
Exactly.
The
So
writer's strike made that
just
happen.
pick that up from where just before the writer's strike happened because that was
I loved that
fantastic.
first season. I thought that was great.
It was like there were some scary moments, like Silas.
Uh-huh.
Was it Silas? Yeah, Silas. Siler was a scary villain, a really
and
scary
then became
villain.
Spock. But do you
Another
think
emotionalist character? No,
do you think though that we're going to have another time like that? Like we're in the middle of a strike right now with actors and writers, and that's what's sort of going on. Do you think that now because the content isn't being created, we've just had a time where COVID kind of put a stunted some of that development. We're seeing a very interesting time in cinema because I don't know that people are going to the movies anymore with streaming services. I went to the movies or have gone back for a little while because I enjoy the movies, but what I don't like is other people in the movies, and I'm actually realizing that my experience at home can equal, if not be better
Yeah, I
than
agree.
my experience going to the movies. However, I will say one thing. I am less present with a movie when I'm at home. I get distracted by other things, whereas when I'm in a cinema, that's all it is, and I can be taken on the journey.
see, I like Gold Class is pretty
I
much
hate
where I
Gold
go. I love Gold
Gold
Class.
Class.
Getting food brought to you
No.
and drinks brought to you.
People walking around, people eating in a cinema gives me the shits.
Yeah, but
keeps
you're
me
so
up.
far apart from each other, you don't hear it.
No, the people walking in front of you to deliver the food.
Doing that all the time when taking a piss when you're in the cattle
Fucking
place.
hate it. The last time I went to a movie, these are the things that happen. I heard the vacuum cleaner from the cinema next door, that somebody had a baby in there. The guy next to me was eating
on,
so
what?
loud.
Somebody had a baby.
Not actually delivered a baby, but they brought the kids into Mission Impossible, which is what it was. Right.
Have you seen that?
Yeah.
Is it good?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And there was a guy down the row who opened his laptop and was checking his emails at some point during the show. Like I was just sitting there and I'm like, this is ridiculous. These people are fucking animals. And I'm like, I live with teenagers and they behave better because I yell at them and I could pause it and I'm like, are you finished? But I don't know. But I'm worried now that we're going into this world where some of the things that I love watching TV and I love movies, but we're going to find that some of this, like we saw a real lack of it. And I think since COVID, we haven't really seen things bloom back to where they were. And now we've got a strike going on, which I'm not talking about the politics of the strike.
Yeah.
I'm talking about the consumerism part of that. I now worry there's going to be a glut of shows and then there's going to be a real non-reimagining of shows. Like I hope the outcome of this is that they pay the creative people what they're worth so that we get creative shows and it comes back really hard. But the last writer's strike that happened, I think it took a long time before we saw good content.
The difference the last time it was a writer's strike, not a performance strike. This is both now. So there's nothing to be created. It's all just callback shows. So, Fallon hasn't had a new episode since May or something like that because the writers are on strike. He can't write his own show. And no one's there to perform it and the crew won't work. Like the whole thing is
everybody's done.
So there's no shit getting made. There's last time was just the writers. They got shit writers and they made crap stuff. I think in terms of, the death of the movies, I think there's a shift in how stories are going to be told.
I think it's death of cinema. I don't think it's death of movies though. I think movies will still get made, but they'll just be on streaming services.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think I don't think it's the movie that will die. I think about the things that you've most enjoyed watching and that's had the most success and it hasn't been a movie. It's been those long form TV shows. It's the Mandalorians. It's the, the 10 episodes and being able to get into a chunky story and do 10 hours of a story arc rather than 1.5 or 2.
I still have an acute love of movies as well.
I've never liked the cinema. I've never liked going to the cinema. I'd much rather be at home where I can pause if I need to take a piss.
No,
I wonder if
love
what they'll do, the cinemas, to keep themselves alive, is re-screen old like hugely successful.
they're
movies.
already doing it.
These are the things that
Oh,
I've been going to. I went and saw 2001: A Space Odyssey. I've gone back and seen like re-releases of The Thing.
The Living Dead just they're doing anniversary re-releases.
Oh,
so
okay.
which is wonderful. But I think what killed cinema for me, I remember very vividly, and this is probably why it's a bit different for me to you, Lindsay, because I remember walking in Queen Street Mall in Brisbane. There used to be right in the middle a grandiose cinema place. It was old. It had a giant staircase, had a giant old chandelier. It smelt like popcorn. It was 20, 30 years old. It's where all of the red carpets were on. It had giant cinemas. It smelled like it was an experience to go there. And while it was old and needed updating, and they did update it, it was where I went and saw Batman. It was where I went and saw
that's where the galas used to be, right?
When I wanted to go see a movie, that's where I went. And now when I want to go see a movie, I go to a Cineplex or, I don't.
A shopping centre.
Yeah, I go to a shopping centre, or I go to South Bank where there's an IMAX theatre or something like that. Or I go to the Dendy, which is much smaller cinemas, but there's less people in there. But I think people have become awful. I think the culture of people, because they're so used to streaming things and getting things, they don't give a shit about the culture of that. And Brett, you might be able to speak to this. I've noticed this in live theatre as well. Like I went to a live theatre event and there was a mum with a child there and they were eating snacks in the middle of a live theatre event. Like, I don't want to sound hoity-toity, but that's fucking...
And people have been leaving because there's, the reports are vomiting in the show because they've drunk so much, people leaving to go have sex in the toilets. Like, they're $180 tickets and they're, turning up pissed and getting more drunk and, just being ridiculous in that show. I think
there's decorum to be had.
I think I'll go back to the cinema because I think there's something important about that. The only time I go to the cinema is if I go to have an experience with other people. I don't often invite people to my house to watch a movie. I'll do it with my family, but I don't often go, hey, boys, I'm going to watch Trouble.
Dungeons and Dragons like we all did.
Come on over and we're going to watch that. We go to the cinema to do that.
That was great fun. That was actually great fun.
So,
and we were the annoying people in the cinema.
But that's the thing.
They were too drunk.
You go to the cinema I go with my friend and we have, once or twice, we go to the cinema, we catch up over a beer beforehand, we go see a movie, we talk about how great it was, we chat in the car for about an hour and a half afterwards. You have a big communal moment with a friend or a bunch of friends. I think that's the purpose of those cinemas now. It's the community kind of gathering point, which is, I think, very, very useful. I think, there's a huge atrophying of that communality, that, 3 places you commune at church, at sport and at the arts, nowhere else. So, keep that going.
At the D&D table.
That's true too.
I call this artistic because we
the
are
arts, end of the arts.
Immersive, improvised storytelling.
Yeah. So, I'll take
I was trying to make a segue.
Yeah. Anyway, yes, good making of segue. So I would like to talk about something now that we are confessing things. I done fucked up last time we played, and I don't know how to rectify this. As a GM, there are times where we read things, there are times where we get things wrong, and I got something very, very wrong, and you guys have been royally fucked by it. And while I'm not unhappy that you're being royally fucked by it, I, as a rules lawyer, am upset that I've messed this up. I put way too many spiders. I misread that, and I read that it was supposed to be a number of spiders, and I may have given you, wait, I'm just going to do some maths in my head. I may have given you almost 2/3 more spiders than you should have thought. So it got very difficult. So this I will say, and I'm not justifying why I fucked up. I did fuck up. I'll own it. But in Pathfinder world, it was that thing I think we spoke about last time where a spider bites you and you become immune to the spider poison for a while. And spiders in Pathfinder world have a very low CR. And the CR, for those people that don't know, is what you add up the numbers to the party level. So if you have a CR 1 creature and your party level, your average party level's 3, they can fight 3 of those creatures, and that adds up, where you should go. So I was like, oh yeah, that tracks that many things. And then I reread it and I'm like, ooh, I messed that up, which means that you guys are on death's door. You guys are about to go, but I need some help from you.
So what I would say, this is my opinion, and you guys will probably hate it, but, you know, we can all have our say. Play it as it lands, and if we succeed, we get all the better reward.
What reward? There's no reward. I don't reward you people.
From
Level up.
fucking Justin over.
I agree with Lindsay. I don't think we need to go back or change anything. I think we are.
It is
where
what
we
it
are.
is. Yeah.
I think there's also a point in D&D where quite often you go, all right, we need to defeat the adversary in front of us. Never do you go, well, very rarely do you go, retreat, we're fucked. You go, this is a battle that I should be able to win because the DM has a CR that should be equal to my level, and I should be able to defeat this thing. I think prudence says every now and then you need to come up against something that prudence would have you withdraw rather than fight. And that's where we were, right? We went, we are screwed, get out of here, hunker down, because this is really, really difficult. I think that's a really good story arc. I think be able to go, actually, keep on your toes, people, because not everything
is there.
Keep on your toes, people, because Justin's a dumb fuck.
Well, but that's the dragon in this. You don't want to go. There's a chance you could have gone up against that dragon at first or second or third level, and it would have been really dangerous for you if you didn't get out of there really quickly. This, though, is a moment where I'm like, even if you're sitting here, we've got Luke on 2 death saves.
Yeah, I was going to say,
we've got
play it as it lands. I'm literally a D20 roll from dying permanently.
which is why Lindsay's saying it, because
I
he's
know,
already
it's
died,
like-
and
no,
he's
it's
like,
like-
one of us, come on in
It's
the
not
water.
that.
It's nice and warm.
It's not that. It's that fact that, yeah, you need that danger.
You do need the. I'm not saying, and I think this is a dangerous encounter if I played it right. So if I played this right, I think it's a absolutely fucking deadly encounter. And for you guys to do what you have done in this encounter, I put full credit to you. But even I'm looking at this total, like you've taken way more damage than you probably would have with the right amount of spiders. You still wouldn't have killed
A single one.
those spiders, even if with that number, because even the ones you've done damage don't add up to what initially should have been.
Yeah,
there.
but is that because the damage has been distributed?
But
More spiders.
the problem is that you aren't a party of 4 to start with. Lindsay's going to hate this. You don't have a healer, which is a very important
An in-combat healer. We don't have
an in-combat healer. You don't have some of those traditional roles and stuff, which makes it a little more complex. And you guys have been getting around that, and you've been getting around that magnificently. Like, I'm not trying to take that away from the party and be like, you must have the 4 core roles or whatever. But what I've been thinking of is, I need to give you guys something to even it out. Like, I know that you're going, play it as it stands. I don't know that I want to take the spiders away. I don't know that I want to remove the aspect of the spiders and stuff, but I feel like there needs to be something that evens it out. Like, whether that is that just some of the spiders disappear, whether that is, those things. And I would love to hear what listeners actually think
Bring
about
JR back.
what you can do.
Back.
He could take more damage and die too.
I was thinking, do you want to do another, like, randomly generate an NPC?
And what, to come into
Like a
abandoned,
healer, an actual healer.
an abandoned zone.
The thing is about this whole healer thing, right? There comes this time with D&D groups when the healer dies, and the poor guy that's stuck playing the healer has to roll another healer. Brett's been there. It's bullshit.
I've been there and I love it.
It's bullshit. You should be able to roll up whatever you want, and I like randomizing
You know what,
shit.
Lindsay, though?
my.
In my experience, when the healer dies, other people also die.
Yeah.
So it's not,
usually a TPK at that point,
In
right?
my experience, and I've played some healers, and the healers that I've played are the ones that actually get out of there because they have the ability to heal themselves.
I've never
and they can
regretted
come
playing
back.
the healer.
Yeah, they can come back another day.
Two JRs, he just got hit once.
But he wasn't a healer.
He was a healer.
He wasn't a combat healer.
He was a combat healer.
So
Even Luke's making a face at you.
Okay.
I mean, I was in the air most of the
There
time,
was
so I wouldn't know
a
anyway.
shit ton of healing that JR did
There was
during
a shit
combat.
ton of healing, yes, but I wouldn't call JR a traditionalist
Of course not,
healer.
because you're a grognard
I don't think. Oh, I like the callback to Grognard, but I don't like.
I was like, where's he going? You're Grognard.
I like the idea. Oh, this is going to become another Jedi moment. Forget the game. Fuck this. But I like the idea of alternative healings. But I mean, you just can't get past the paladin or the cleric for in combat healing.
Like a traditional paladin.
In a party of 3 people. There is. You need to have a meat shield. You need to have.
In a party of 3, we don't have enough people to do all the roles.
There are certain things that you need to be able to do, and without a strong someone dedicated to that, it's splitting that up means you're a bit of this and a bit of something else.
Hey, I'm gonna prove you wrong right now. I had more healing spells than a cleric did. As on my bard, and I'm a paladin now, and all I have is lay on hands.
Yeah,
I have no healing spells in my paladin book at this level, except my healing
your
one
lay
that's
on
out
hands.
of combat. Yes.
So,
I've got a suggestion, Justin, because I've been thinking about where we are, and I've been rules lawering myself, as wondering how Luke's going to get through this. I think Moradius has some plans to patch him up, but also. One of the rules in this game is you can hold your action, right? You can delay and let everyone else have a turn. And
Can I delay death?
So you just keep delaying until we all have turns.
I like
and
it.
just keep delaying.
Smooth. I like it.
No, I won't take my turn just yet.
Yeah.
I have, and that was a little peek behind the curtain. And I was going to do this before I admitted to that, but I want to go into this moment because I think I've come up with maybe something.
I've got one other offer for you.
Yeah, go.
Do you think we're poisonous to spiders?
Yes, and
they're all dying out there because of bitterness?
they all have a guilo bitter taste in their mouth at this point in time.
Szechuan pepper?
You guys are narcotics for spiders. Right now they're all so hungry they've gone out for actual real food. No, but where we last left it. So just to recap, Moradius has grabbed you guys and dragged you out of the room. He's kicked the door and you're back into that little antechamber that's to the side where there is a fireplace.
Ants.
And above
It's an uncle chamber.
and 20,000 giant ants. And above the fireplace, you had the last thing that you saw before you blacked out was the dwarven gauntlet on a shield holding a hammer. But it means that you're the only person that's still awake, aren't you, Moradius?
I believe so.
Yeah. Everyone else is unconscious.
Correct.
Which means you're the only one that sees this. And a corporeal hand moves behind the shield, revealing an alcove behind.
I wish I knew that squire's name.
And you see just a bit of a glance. It could have been the wind that moved it, but just enough. The shield moves and you glance an alcove behind it.
How big is that shield?
How big is the alcove?
How big is the fist?
How deep is your love?
So before we carry on, Justin, because I didn't think we were going to get into the game there. I thought, Luke, you brought something.
I did, yes.
Oh gosh,
Yes.
I totally forgot.
I wondered whether we would do that at the end instead, but we can do it now.
Let's do it now.
So one of our avid listeners,
Would you say rabid?
that too, Beck, love you, Beck, has a present for Lindsay as a kind of commemorative token for the fact that your character passed away.
Oh,
And she felt very sorry for you. So here you go.
Oh.
This is for you.
so it's Brett's birthday and I'm getting presents.
It is Brett's birthday, and you need to make sure.
Well, thank you. Thank you, Beck. I haven't opened it yet, but I'm opening it right now. You can hear
Can we have some guesses on what we think it might be?
Oh.
I'm assuming
Well, I know exactly what it is, so I'm not going to say.
Is it a dildo?
it's not the right shape for a dildo.
I think
You'd
it's
be surprised.
I think it's the skin of a halfling.
I'm assuming going off JR, it's some sort of romance novel, maybe. Or
You are very, very astute, sir. Very astute. Very, very, very specific kind of novel.
Oh no! Is this
Do you know what it is?
Is this for public consumption?
Show me. I can't see it. I can only see the back.
Triceratops bottoms.
And bottoms. Triceratops and bottoms. Oh, what's he doing to that poor lady?
As a rabid player of Ark, I am loving this dinosaur porn.
I'm going to read the I'll get to the blurb. I'm going to read this caption. She was a time-traveling sexaholic in search for ultimate dinogasm.
Oh, my good. 3 horns at once.
In the far future, AI and nanobots have rendered life safe, easy, and boring with imaginable luxury. With imaginable luxury? Not unimaginable luxury?
I think all imaginable luxury.
All right, sorry, I should continue reading. With imaginable luxury at her fingertips, Erin has explored every avenue of sensual adventure available on Earth and beyond. But when even alien orgies pale, Erin's life becomes tedious and predictable until she hears about an experimental time machine. Daring the dangerous trip to the past, she discovers an erotic adventure unlike any she's ever imagined. Will her forbidden attraction to the thunder lizards of the primeval past spell disaster?
This sounds exactly like
Written
something J.R. Lockwood would
by-
write.
I'm going to get onto that. About the author,
Written by
Lola Faust.
Faustian tale.
Lola Faust is the author of Wet Hot Allosauruses. Wet Hot Allosaurus Summer. How Stego Got His Groove Back. Tyrannosaurus Sexed, and other erotic dinosaur fiction. She is an associate professor. She is an associate professor of paleontology at the University of British Columbia.
Really?
Warning: not for children.
Oh my days. That's fantastic. Hashtag the pants off of that.
Really does. Lola, Jurassic Pork.
This is
Beck, I'm going to thank you. And what I've been looking at and doing recently is sending out our little misadventure awaits pins to people. And Beck, I'm sending one your way as a fantastic fan of the show and someone who listens regularly. Luke, if you can take this pin and give that to Beck, here it is. Misadventure awaits. We're going to send that on. I've sent a couple others in the post. A friend, Ian Boots Rendell, keeps messaging when I fuck up the audio and telling me when it's wrong. And he's been a listener from day one, and we thank him and we've sent him a little gift. Yep. There's other people we're sending stuff out. And the more you interact with us, the more the gifts will flow.
If you want to know what the Misadventure Awaits looks like, in the background of a lot of our little beer shots, it's actually pinned onto my pencil case that says all of my D&D shit.
I would just like to read out. She put a note in it.
Oh.
In loving memory of J.R. Lockwood, he truly touched us all.
Intimately and personally.
I'm actually going to read this. It's quite thin. I'll read it before next episode, and I'll
what about the book?
Give a review. Long and thin goes right in.
Oh. You should do an audiobook.
That was a weird look. I mean, you didn't need to make that look at the same time.
Yeah, why did he lick the microphone after he said that?
He didn't break eye contact.
Very, very unsettling.
Why is he eating a banana right now looking at us?
With 2 oranges.
You can leave that book there when you go to the bathrooms.
So, yes, we find ourselves in another kind of gift, an alcove.
Right.
2 dead players. They'll bleed out if you go to the alcove.
2 dead players.
Well, you get to choose.
Preemptive.
You get to choose right now. Like, you could go to the alcove and search it. They'll bleed out.
Yeah.
Or you could stay and help them.
And they'll bleed out.
And they'll bleed out.
Yeah.
Are we still in rounds?
Yeah, we are in rounds. And it was just Moradius' round, which means, do you know who comes next after Moradius?
Me?
No.
The spiders.
Hang on, Moradius hadn't finished his turn.
No.
Moradius moved. He hadn't had a standard action.
You picked them up. That was the standard action, wasn't it?
Oh, I can draw a weapon for free. I'm going to pick you guys up for free.
Okay.
Yeah?
I'm not in a position to actually argue, so sure.
So
How about you roll center?
Sure.
Moradius' plan was to move them through the doorway.
Yeah, cut their heads off.
Pull out his medicine
head's
kit
hanging off.
and stabilize with his medicine kit.
Mm-hmm.
Nicron.
His medicine kit's called Nicron? That's confusing.
Yeah.
So you pick them up, drag them out the door, shut the door,
Free action.
get a medicine kit out.
Free action. This is 5e, my friend.
You get
This
a
is
free action for
fucking
every extra spider that was in that room.
This is fucking 5e. All this shit is possible.
I'm not going to say no.
This was my plan at the end of last week when you said we're going to call it there, and I'm like, I'm in the middle of my turn, and the plan was to pull a medicine kit and
All
to
right,
apply.
go on. Do it.
Well, that it just stabilizes automatically.
Automatic. I think you have to roll.
No.
Oh, that's broken. Probably
So-
had some more spiders for that.
So what does that mean? I don't have to do any more death save. That's an instant success, is it? Or a success?
It's a stabilizer, so you don't. Yeah, you are on 0,
Okay. So 3 successes. And on
and
0.
and it feels like you've cheapened that very heroic moment that Moradius saved someone's life by poo-pooing it all.
Lindsay, what's your new character's name?
Flunt.
Flunt.
No,
That's it.
no, the new one.
The healer.
Yeah, I knew it started with F because you know who's going.
The healer in behind the shield in that little alcove.
The little midget character. It is Flunt's go.
A monk. Don't worry about it. Oh, wait, I should make
A monk
that safe.
got. Don't worry about it.
No, that was my next character, damn it.
A monk got. Yeah, don't worry about it.
All right, and that brings us to. You hear the door clicking, clacking. The door is smacking. Nikron, it's your go.
What I can do, I stabilize him at 0. I can't do much after that. Can I?
Okay. Moradius.
Going to use the healer's kit on Flunt now.
How many uses does that healer's
10.
kit have? Wow. Okay.
As many as there are spiders extra that were in the other room.
Yep.
None of this was different to what I was planning to do when the spider. The only difference would be if the spiders could turn the latch on the door and open the door. And then I'd start asking about opposable thumbs.
You hear spellcasting from the spiders. It's weird. It's spellcasting like they have a dedicated healer.
While I totally agree with the rules normally, and I agree with
Normally.
the point of that we're now alive, stabilized.
Yeah.
How stupid is it? So, like, we got bitten to death, basically. And in 6 seconds, he opened a first aid kit and in 6 seconds bandaged us.
No, I didn't bandage you. I put tampons in the wounds.
Yeah.
It's drawing out all of that poison.
I thought
How
of it
long
more
does
like
a tracheotomy
smelling salts.
take? You know when they put the pen in someone's throat?
It's kind of ludicrous. That's all. I mean,
kind
I'm
of
totally
ludicrous.
for it.
I mean, you can
It's a fantasy
touch
world.
me and heal 25 points of healing. But this medicine kit.
There are 6,000 giant spiders in the other room.
You took the same amount of time to save our lives as it takes us to reload a crossbow.
Yep.
Reload faster. You would have done that in one, like, if you were up, you would have.
I know, but that's magic. I'm just saying. We don't need.
And
Yeah,
did
I would have
healers.
thought a healer's kit
First
would have
aids.
required some kind of roll. This is why I like Pathfinder better. There's a chance you can pull out a healer's kit and be like, I don't know what
Without
to
the
do.
kit, I would have had to roll.
Yeah.
With the kit, I
Yeah.
don't need to roll.
Yeah. Okay. So,
I've-
stabilization. What are you going to do,
I
Moradius?
spent the 5 GP on that kit,
You've,
and I'm glad I did.
you've got about 20 more free actions left. What are you going to do?
I think I'm raging as well, aren't I?
I am. I'm angry. And now I can't do anything about it because I told you I fucked up. Now I just want the spiders to kill you.
Hey, doors have hit point counters. You know.
Oh, I know.
I'm ready. He's going to find it. Like, that's it. He's
Full
done.
of poison now.
The door's probably got more hit points than you at the moment, right?
Yeah, 100%.
He can't revive them. He's got no other healing
Okay.
ability.
All
That's now he's kind of.
Uh-huh.
it-
I don't know about you guys. Do you see what he's not putting together here?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you?
No.
Okay. So we get it, Lindsay.
I think I know what you're talking about.
Okay. We'll reconvene about
All right.
this. Yeah. What do you think it is? Lindsay?
It's forgetting
does he need?
Forgetting the one.
the potion.
Yeah, the alcove.
Oh no, I did forget about the alcove.
Oh, I thought you were on about the door still with the hit
I was
points.
talking about the fact that I have 5 potions.
Oh,
on my
you
body.
do have 5 potions on you. Okay, let's not tell him.
Radis doesn't believe in magic.
Yeah, true.
They're just medicine bottles,
Yeah, they got mushrooms. in it.
not potions.
They do make you high at the same time.
Right.
I want to get high.
Morphine.
All right. So, what are you going to do, Moradius? You're the only one that's up. So, everyone else have a go. You're all stabilized anyway.
How's the door looking?
It looks like there's, you can hear chittering and clattering on the other way, but, it's been 12 seconds, so they've probably lost interest.
little splinter comes through and you see a little spider eye.
He's going to bar the door up, make sure nothing can come through.
Mm-hmm.
And then he's going to search the room for anything that might be useful and helpful.
Okay, including
the alcove behind the
Oh,
shield.
the alcove. You move the shield away. The shield is that depicts a dwarven gauntlet holding a hammer that has been prevalent in all of my descriptions of this room. Reveals a small alcove behind it. You see inside the alcove a dark wooden box.
Perfect place to
coffin.
shove 2 bodies and hide them here until they recover.
It's coffin, just what you needed.
It's very small. It's not that big. The alcove's maybe big enough for
So
like
it's more
a
like a
jewelry.
nook,
Yeah,
not
an
an
alcove
alcove.
that's like a jewelry
Look,
box.
Moradius thinks if he can rage, he can fit them both in here. He'll search for traps.
Go for it.
Do you want to do a passive or an active perception on that thing?
Active, because you just said
21.
21. You notice that there's a giant spider in the box. No. There are no traps.
He's going to, can he pull the box out or does he have to
Yeah,
open
you can
it?
move the box. You can
He's
move the
going to
box
take
out.
the box and pull
Yeah,
it out.
it's
so
like a cigar box, maybe a bit bigger
Oh.
than that, like the
Yeah.
size of a jewelry
Yeah.
cigar box that you
So
can
it's not
pull
an
out.
alcove. It really is a nook.
So-
So he's going to pull that out so it's better lit and he
Yep.
can access it
Yeah.
better.
As you pull it out, you see a symbol on the front of it. Again, you see that same symbol of a dwarven fist that's holding a hammer.
He's going to say out loud, hoping that the squire that he never remembered the name of. I wonder if you know what this symbol means, and it'd be great if you could talk. It's a bit lonely in here without the constant chattering of companions, and then he'll open the box.
Okay, just make just roll a percentile check.
There's plenty of chattering going on outside the door.
16.
Okay, it's probably at that point that you notice that you're as you look down, you're standing on the 2 necks of your companions. I
have 8 more heals left in this medicine kit.
You look around the box and you don't see an overt way of opening it. You don't see anything. Just make a
What about a
make
covert
an
way?
covert.
I just like
You cannot see a way of opening this thing. So just make an intelligence check. For
I
me.
just like how we're going to fail to Moradius's general intelligence. We'll regain consciousness in an hour.
An hour.
I think so.
6.
Hang on. You need a modifier plus the number of spiders that are extra.
Plus the number of legs on the spiders.
You are moving it around at this point for no other reason. I'm just going to ask this question. Lindsay, could you roll a percentile check for me, please?
87.
You're kind of looking around, and I would assume at this point Moradius' mouth is open. He's breathing through it. He's grunting heavily. He's started to sweat because he can't figure this thing out, and he's using his brain. And you see or feel more than see a force come into the box as just a piece of wood slides down the side of it. As a
I just have this image now of Ghost.
Uh-huh.
With Patrick Swayze.
Yeah. Yes, it's almost like that. And this little piece of wood, a catch almost slides out of the way, allowing you to open the container. Inside, you find 2 small vials.
For just for clarifying rules, 1d4 hours we regain consciousness.
1d4.
So I'm at 3 hours.
I am also 3 hours.
Oh wow!
The Reggie 3 still strikes again.
Can he identify what those vials are?
Do you have any way of identifying what?
You could probably drink them. No.
Can you read Dwarvish?
No.
Oh.
No. Primordial. If this is primordial cordial, he's all over it.
Oh, gross!
Primordial
Don't
cordial.
drink the primordial cordial. So you find 2 vials. What are you going to do with them?
You have been very helpful. Thank you.
They're both different colors, by the way.
Are they?
Yeah.
A red one and a blue one.
You also notice, like, as you say that, the shield comes off the wall, sort of floats off the wall and down and moves next to your pack.
Okay.
Do you have a shield?
Yes, I
Out of
do.
interest?
The nice shield. The good
Okay.
shield, the +1 shield.
It then just falls over,
right.
face down.
You're going to hold that one in front of us to protect us. That'd be great. Do you know which one of these is the healing one? And he'll wait.
Ghost face palms.
I'm going to point to them and just make a little noise. No, not this one. Okay.
So full disclosure,
Yes.
GM, I said I would give you something. I rolled randomly on these.
Potion of fly?
I'm not going to tell you what they are
Right.
unless you know what they are.
I don't know what they are.
I rolled random on them.
I did offer you potions of healing in the day.
Did you?
I did.
All right.
I said I had them in my bag. They got a little mushroom in them to numb the pain.
Yeah. Moradius is going to wait the 1d4 hours and make sure everyone can heal up on their own. He's going to trust into the tried and true resources of time that heals all wounds.
So 3 hours later.
He doesn't trust himself with your potions. He doesn't trust himself with these vials. He doesn't know what they're going to do, and there's no way he's going to make it worse. He's just going to tend to your bodies and make sure you do not deteriorate.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so
He's seriously waiting there for 3 hours now. Brilliant.
He will play nurse. He's done that before on the battlefield. So he's made sure.
Oh, you're all naked for some reason.
You could also roll a heal check on
You're all a
with
triceratops.
the healing kit, DC 10 wisdom, and we'll get 1 hit point.
Can I?
Yep.
Well, you might try that 8 times.
DC what?
10.
Okay.
Now,
What's
first
your
one-
wisdom, Brett?
I want +1 for wisdom.
Okay.
Nice.
He's wise. He's not smart.
So you got a 50-50 chance of this.
Have I?
With +1 on that 50-50.
What?
Maths.
Okay, yes.
You got a mathematical probability of chance,
Right.
and whether or not a 10, you
6 out of 10.
Oh, sorry. I'm wrong. Sorry.
Okay.
Ignore me.
you've got no chance of
3
doing this.
hours late. 3 hours
He
later.
will wait 3 hours.
3
He'll make you
hours
comfortable.
later.
He will
the
absolutely
one I
search the
thought.
room and see if there's mundane, water, and
No.
he will do a full reconnoiter of the room. He will sharpen his swords.
You don't
He
need
will-
to. They are blisteringly sharp.
Are they?
Yeah.
So 3 hours later, we regain 1 hit point.
Your armor is oiled. Your weapons are sharp. Everything is maintained. Your pack is clean. No, you know all those little soldier things that you
The
would do
things that
to
you
pass
get-
the time?
The things you get up in the morning to get yourself in the mood for soldiering are all done.
I'm not sure that this frustrates you or not, but it's all done for you.
It's amazing. He thinks it's fantastic, and it's like having a squire, in fact. But it's one of the things that he always took pride in himself. So he's kind of in two minds about it.
Yeah, and again, this room, just to give you, there's a fireplace built in the wall, which is what you guys came through. Hanging above the hook is that shield. You can see that the room's furnishing, cots, tables, chairs are intact but covered in dust. So you can utilize the cots, you can utilize the tables and the chairs.
So he'll put them on the cots.
Yeah.
He'll make them comfortable. He will take a short rest himself.
Okay, and you also, as you're listening, notice that the sound outside the door eventually dissipates.
Is this the first encounter of the day?
Is that your car?
The timing was great. I hope the microphone picked that up. That was great.
This definitely is the first encounter that you guys have had today.
Okay, I'm just resetting my wrists. So he's healed himself up a little bit. And he's just waiting for his colleagues to.
Okay, 3 hours later, your colleagues flutter to life. The first one that would be Nikron.
1 HP.
Okay. Can't do much with that.
Good role playing.
You like that?
Nikron dies.
That's
flutters
it. My
away.
eyes are open. That's it. That's
Sorry,
it. I'm in shock. I'm on 1 HP.
I'm just trying to get my hit points up.
You're like a bird stuck in the headlights.
I'm doing stuff.
When you get the bird that flies into a window and then lands, that's what I'm like right now. Twitching. Yeah. Just like shell shocked.
He's like a bird. He doesn't know where his home is.
Yeah. Just want to fly
He'll
away.
only fly away. And then 6 seconds later, Flunt opens his eyes.
Take it easy.
Oh, fuck.
You've been resting for some time.
Man.
Take it easy. Rest is the only
Talk
way
about-
you can heal yourself.
No. One better.
Now's not the time to be drinking.
Glug, 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 glug.
Oh dear.
4d4 plus 4.
Why
All
does he
fours.
say that?
What's the name of the brew?
44+4.
12 points for me.
Nice.
Would you like one? I could also, if you want to spend some time, I could cast some magical heebie-jeebies, man.
You talking to Nycrin?
Yeah.
So Nycrin just extends a claw with a thumbs up.
Magical
I say thumb.
heebie-jeebies
I'm
first?
assuming I have a thumb.
Okay, we all need to, hold
Did you say magical
hands.
heebie-jeebies?
Yeah, man.
Is this just a very healing chant?
It's we're going to hold hands and there'll be some incense and stuff, man. But, it's really good. We're going to pray to Grundanar and...
Right. Oh, divine intervention.
Yeah.
The gods. The will of the gods. Okay,
will
yeah,
of the
yes.
gods. Magical will of
The will of the gods, yes, yeah.
So everyone hold hands and
Right.
think about, things you're grateful for and things you're thankful for and your friends.
Not my hand, Nycrin. That's not my hand.
I'll grab what I can.
So, yes, thank you, Grundanar, for the life you bring and the lives that unfortunately we have to take away. And we strive for peace and we love each other as brothers and friends. And please help us. Fuck.
Thank you, Grundanar.
That was real chill.
Grundanar.
Oh, fuck, man.
Grundanar.
That's 5 points of healing for everyone off a 2d8.
How long did that take?
10 minutes.
Fuck.
Was that a short rest? No.
No,
You
that was
need
just
an
a
hour for
spell.
that.
Did we get any rest for the fact that we've been unconscious
Nope.
for 3 hours?
He
That's
does. You don't.
dog
I did
shit.
one rest. I don't think it worked. I think that was just the natural healing we get from.
Sits up,
I mean, I could do it again, man.
kind of stretches a little bit, and then starts pruning his feathers that are
we-
all
I
dishevelled
could
all
do
over
it
the
one
place.
more time, man.
We should just well, do what you need to do, but we should just rest the night here.
I don't know, man.
Do what you need to do before we do, but
I mean, yeah, if you want, we can.
I'm in no condition to move on.
Do what you need to do before we do.
Do. At 10 o'clock, I do, and then I do what I need to do before I
Put
do.
the thing in the thingamy, which does the thing.
I personally, just from a XDM's point of view, hate the fact that we're taking a long rest after our first encounter of the day.
Well, to be fair,
I know
the DM, fucked it.
It possibly that was the first, second, and third encounter of the
Yeah,
day.
true. Okay. Yeah, man. Let's lay it out.
My suggestion is to heal yourself as best you can now, but if we are not in the best of shape, we should get that way before we move forward. There's no way we can move into that corridor unless we have a plan of attack, some tactics that will support it, and are at full fighting fitness.
So all healing spells before I rest. Is that what you're saying?
Will you get them back?
Yes.
Well, spend away.
Okay.
Really? Sorry. No, but pause for a second. All healing spells. He said spells.
Not on me.
Link hands again
How
if you want
quickly
healing.
we change when there's healing involved.
Moradius has never stood in the way of other people doing stuff. He just doesn't want it on himself.
Right.
Oh,
So
hey,
at
have you
this-
started learning
look,
Nycrin's language?
Can I just say, at this point, we've spent a long time in this room, and I don't think we've gotten as far to quote Rowan Atkinson. We've gone as far as an asthmatic ant carrying shopping in this kind of dungeon crawl. So
floor
let's-
here is deceptively flat and unimpeded.
Let's fast forward to the morning. So how much healing? We'll maybe pause for a minute, get the healing out of the way because it's no fun listening to that, and we'll start with a wake up of the next morning.
Well, don't we max heal at long rest anyway?
We do. Everything resets.
Brilliant.
And the next morning dawns. You guys find yourself a little more refreshed, a little covered in dust from the area that has some lessons have been learned. Some numbers have been counted.
Before-
Things have been summed up.
You know, guys, if you want, just before we set off, if you guys want a little bit of extra armor class, I could marry you to each other.
And you
Did
see
not expect that.
Moradius and Nightcrawler look at each other in the eye and laugh. No.
I mean, or one of you could marry me if you want. I mean, after a wedding ceremony, we will, for the next 7 days, you both get 2 bonus to AC.
Can one marry
within
an
30
inanimate
feet of
object?
each other. No, man, that's forbidden.
You hear thunder as Grundenar perhaps takes the commitment of marriage a little more seriously than his follower in the room does.
I think I know more about Grundenar than you do, Mr. Can't Count Spiders, man.
I think you'll find I have a whole village of Grundenar followers.
Can I suggest we shouldn't walk into that corridor without a plan of attack this time?
I have a question about marriage in the D&D world. So if you die in D&D and then get resurrected, are you still married?
Yeah.
Well, it depends how your vows go, I suppose.
To death do us part, right?
Yes, so you've died, you depart. Yes, you're resurrected, but you've died still.
You can't partake the wedding thing again until you're widowed, right? So as soon as you die, you're widowed and do it again. So we just have to kill you each week.
Nice. Okay. Who's got the resurrect? Or you just bring a character in each time and just marry them and kill them all.
Anyway, back to...
Well, I think we need a plan of attack before we open this door. There was an inordinate amount of spiders in there, more than I would have ever expected. Perhaps we need to hold one of these tables in front of us and stop them getting to us. Stand behind me, shoot them from a distance. I don't know. Any ideas on a tactic that might get us down that corridor? There doesn't seem to be any other place to go.
They didn't seem to like fire much, right, man?
Well, in my experience, not many people do like fire.
How big's the doorway?
It's just a regular size door.
So I could just toast through that thing all day, right?
So you could hold them at the doorway, yes.
I will gladly stand in the door
between
as
me and you.
Fire between them.
Yeah, protecting it and, bam, yeah.
Yes, down, is, I think, exactly the right tactic.
Let's do before we do. So you guys are talking and all of a sudden you see like there were sconces on the wall. One of the torches on the sconces, even though it's kind of burnt out, kind of falls on the floor and you see the table just kind of move a little bit as if somebody's just given it a quick shove.
What's that, Skip?
I think he's saying use the door, use a table. Or
yes, I was going to put a barricade behind the door open inwards or outwards, Justin?
Inwards.
Okay.
So that means we can't close it afterwards.
We can absolutely put a table in the doorway and shoot beyond the doorway, give ourselves some cover. Or perhaps chuck those sconces lit into the webs.
It's true.
Light the table on fire and run it down the corridor.
Do we need a smoke screen?
I think a flaming table will clear the cobwebs out quite quickly.
How flaming do we want it?
Very flaming.
This is a circular table.
We don't want to incinerate it before it gets out there.
No, it needs to hold its structure. So a bit of oil on the table should light it up quite nicely. There's oils in those sconces, one would think.
No, the sconces are wooden. They're all burnt out.
Are they?
Yeah. Remember the burnt out sconces that we talked about?
Torches and oil for torches in our packs, right? I have, I'm sure. In the meantime, Nightcrawler's going to prestidigitate all the blood off his feathers, and so he looks eloquently preened.
I love the idea. In my head, I've got this image of a very ruffled bird going from head to toe, like a line just comes down, and above the line, it's beautiful. Below the line, it's an absolute mess.
Glossy feathers.
It's like a comb going through very messy hair.
Absolutely.
Just
ready to strut. Let's go.
Mm-hmm. So what's the plan? I like the idea of this. I like the construct, the jib of it, the cut of that jib.
I think if I cover the table in some oil and you, Nightcrawler, can light it up.
You might have to break the table up to fit through the doorway, though.
Oh,
So like large table legs, like you might have multiple fire structures that you could possibly do. Remember that in here are cots, tables, chairs, foot lockers.
It's going to make something end of a chair with a big kind of rag that's covered in oil that he can, as big as the corridor, as close to the size of the corridor as he can get. He's going to pull it together, rope it up if he needs to, light it up, and
make some giant firebrands.
Yeah, he wants to run it down the corridor and burn all the crap out of the fire door, out of the corridor.
Talk to me about that plan.
Well,
are you running behind it? Are you throwing it in there?
No, he's going to like a lion tamer, hold a chair out with a big kind of frame of cloth, covered in oil, lit, run it down the corridor, clear out the cobwebs as much as he can until he hits something that can't clear the cobwebs, and then he will lower it and hold from that point. The corridor, how wide was the corridor? 10 foot?
The corridor itself, or the opening, is a giant room.
Oh, right.
So outside this door is a giant room.
So he wants to make sure we can get rid of the cobwebs because they stuck you guys up, right?
Yes, they definitely are very, very sticky and
that
large.
was one of the issues.
The room is massive.
So he's going to use that to burn away the cobwebs. We'll hold the door, check the room. I'll go in. You guys stay in the doorway. I'll clear the cobwebs. When it's clear, you guys come out. If I get in trouble, I'll back up, hold the doorway.
Sorry, can you run that by me one more time?
You and old Flunt over there stay in the doorway. I'm going to take a burning chair with all this kind of stuff burning around it. I'm going to try and burn away all the cobwebs out there. If I get into trouble, I will run back. You are going to light up all the spiders that you can see.
Okay. Sure, you don't want me to just send some flames down the corridor. How long's the corridor?
It's not a corridor. It's a giant room.
Well, how big is the room?
Massive, like large. So outside, there's a little bit of a tapering of this room, but it's an opening into quite a large room.
Remember, they came from the sides, from
Tops,
above,
from the bottom,
from all around. We were encircled by them very, very quickly, partly because you were trapped and caught on one of those webs. So let's get rid of the webs, get some freedom of movement out there, and then at that point we can travel along.
All right.
So you hold the door, and he's going to make up his little firebrand and open the door and light it up. Nokrin, can you light this up for me?
Sure. I don't even know what spell you want me to use for that.
Prestidigitate. If you can definitely use as a lighter.
Prestidigitate. Yes. Yes. I forget how useful that spell actually is.
Prestidigitation is great.
And then he's going to move out and kind of peek around the outsides, heading towards the heaviest webbed areas.
Okay.
And we're watching from the doorway if anything comes up, and I'm like, nuke it.
You see Moradius move out of the door. He almost kicks the door open, but then realizes it's a pull door, and then moves through it. With his flaming brand, you can see him light up as he moves in. The smaller webs start to flicker and burn and retract from it as this fire is quite hot, being that it's larger than your average torch or larger than anything else. It starts to actually move those fires, and like proper spider webs, they kind of retract upon each other and get cut through. He starts moving through at that point when I need a percentile check from you, please, Brett or Moradius.
I think that's a 3.
What did Moradius get?
Oh, a 3. 00 and a 3 is a 3.
It's the first time that you find that you hit a larger web, more strength, like a steel, thicker. Remember I said some of them are quite thick strands, and this one's one of those thick, sticky strands. It doesn't burn immediately, and it catches upon your chair. It doesn't start burning like the other things do, and that vibration through all of the webs around you starts to flutter as you can feel the movement of spiders. Now that you know that they exist, start moving. You can hear the chattering and clicking. You've probably got about 20 foot into the room at the moment, but what you do see with the light of this chair in the darkness of the room, 3 giant cauldrons sit in the center of this chamber, not far from you. You're probably looking maybe 20 feet away. Below them, set up, is a fireplace, like a fire pit to warm them up. Just waiting or sitting there in wait waiting for these cauldrons to be lit, maybe to warm them up. It's at that time you also notice 3 giant channels in the floor and a mechanism by which the cauldrons could be poured into these channels, looking maybe towards the front door of this keep.
Oh, this is the oil for the glory holes above.
Do you know, man, are we there? No, we're not.
No. If his chair gets stuck, he's going to leave the chair behind and run back to the door.
Mm-hmm.
And see, hopefully there's no spiders behind him. He will tell if there's spiders behind him because of the little beads of fire that will fire over his shoulder.
It is stuck, just so you know, but it's not stuck fast. You could possibly get through this, and moving towards the it's about 15 feet in front of you is where the fireplace is. Now that I'm looking at the map.
Can I see this fireplace and this cauldrons from
it's just around there is a little kind of corner area where that Moradius can now see as a set of stairs going down from where there is. So it's just out of where your vision would have been before. You can definitely see the channels in the floor. And you can definitely see that, but you would have to move into the room to be able to see that or be communicated.
As much as he loves the cauldrons, Justin, spiders, where are the spiders? You
haven't seen them yet.
So he will try and fight his way.
So this is like immediately as this happens, all of this happens at once as you get stuck. So you have a couple of options. You could maybe make a strength check and push through the spider web to get through. You can leave the chair kind of dangling there, ineffectually casting light, which is really what it would do, and fall on the floor. You could stand there and fight. You could drop all your weapons and just stand prone and let the spiders have their way with you. You can do as you do while you do.
There's probably a book about
that. He's going to try and pull the firebrand off the strand, but he will keep a close lookout for spiders.
Make a strength check for me, please.
19 is enough. Boom! The web that it's on kind of breaks a little bit, and you can see the webs in front of you, almost like a fluttering of wind that as a human shape kind of moves through some of the smaller webs, gathering them up. But the larger webs are unaffected by that. They stay where they are. Which way are you moving? You're moving more up the road? You're moving to the center of the room? You're moving to the cauldrons.
Okay. And you begin to move to the fireplace. At this point, we move back into the doorway where we have Flunt and Nikron. You see the twitching of spider webs. You see the twitching of fibers. You hear the sound of... And you, Nikron, are the very first person to see a spider which descends right in front of the door on a web, just straight from the ceiling. One of the giant spiders. It's only about half an inch. No, a giant spider.
It's very, very close.
Can I respond to this? How close?
Well, right now, it's your go.
So how close is it to me?
Just outside the doorway.
So within 15 feet?
Hell yeah.
Beautiful. So I basically rub my hands together furiously, like Mr. Miyagi style, I go in the old rubbing together kind of thing, and then I just project my palms out.
Yep.
Whisper a few hot words, and cast Burning Hands.
All right. What happens at that point?
So it's a Dex DC 14. A 15-foot cone of flame basically emanates from my hands. Okay, so that is going to be 4D, because I'm casting it at second level. I probably should have said that before I did that. 4D6.
Liar!
4D6 of fire damage.
How dare you flunt with the rules? Am I allowed to use your name as a verb?
Yep.
That's 10 points of fire damage.
10 points of fire damage. You see that the spider is a couple of things actually happen. With that much damage, you burn the web that it's hanging on. It falls to the floor, but it doesn't.
Dead. Okay.
It's not dead. Okay. It doesn't curl up and die, but it looks like it's seen better days. Okay. Definitely. One of its legs is hanging weirdly.
Cool. Do I get another action?
Do you have another action to have? You have your turn. Are you Moradius? He's got 26 actions.
All of them free.
You get a turn. You get a turn. You could
Okay,
move.
no, the only thing I can do is I can move obviously, but I'm not going to come out of the room. You must be joking.
You can shut the door.
Nah, you're right.
Flunt, it's your go.
There we go. Yeah.
What are you going to do?
I'm going to step forward, seeing it's on the ground.
Yes.
Take a swing.
Okay, so you step out of the door
Yep.
into the big room.
Right.
At which point you look to your right and you can see the flaming brand. You can see the fires now lighting up the braziers and the fire pit. You could have seen that really with your dark vision anyway.
Cool. Okay, so I'm going to take a swing at the spider on the ground.
Mm-hmm.
Slam in my two-handed maw down.
Yep.
I went way off the table. That's a 19 to hit.
That hits.
13 points of damage.
Your maul slams into the floor. A spark comes off it as the steel hits the stone, but the spark is immediately extinguished by a green ooze as the spider is squished.
Hang on.
It is
Point of order, Your Honor.
dead.
Non-lethal damage.
Yeah, it's true. Non-lethal.
As previously dictated by Flunt,
Mm-hmm.
all non-lethal.
Or non-lethal, yep.
Yep. But the thing about non-lethal damage is when you surpass somebody's hit points by a matter of their con, they die.
That sounds like a Pathfinder rule.
I believe it's a rule in this one as well.
Oh, no. No, what have I done?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, spider.
I don't know how you non-lethal a creature like that.
I am so sorry, Mr. Spider. I did not mean to kill you. You should have heard us. Ah! You hear that probably from where you are.
All right. And that brings us to the spiders.
Sounds like he's having a bad trip over there.
And there are spiders in this room.
Oh, I got another attack if there's another one in range.
There is not at this point in time. Moradius. You see from where you are 4 spiders come scuttering in from you. One of them comes down the webs from the top. The other one comes in from the floor. And they all start moving to you, maybe from the side of where the braziers are, the big cauldrons are.
Yeah.
Coming in. 4 of them move in and attempt to attack you, except one of them stops. And in a move that you have become familiar with, spits webs at you. I don't think a 12 is going to hit you.
Nope.
No. But 3 of the other spiders attempt to attack you with their melee attacks. That is 21.
Yep.
I really got to move these coins out of my dice tray. That is 10.
Nope.
That is 22.
Nope.
Nope.
Yeah.
Wait.
21 and 22 hit.
When you say no like that, I'm like, should the first one not have hit you?
Nah, they both hit.
Okay, so two attacks. This is, again, we know how bad this is. The first one does 8 points of piercing. The second one does 9 points of piercing. And just make a constitution save, please.
It's not a great roll. 14.
You take 3 points of damage from the first spider as the poison rails through your body and 4 points from the second. It is your go.
He's going to leave the burning chair and withdraw
Okay.
back to the door.
Okay, you move past Flunt and inside the room.
Yeah, there was a plan. No one should be outside the room.
I'm sorry.
Fiery balls, go.
Fireballs.
Moradius, it is your go. Oh, sorry,
I just
Nitrin.
Okay, what
Oh,
place?
no, I just thought you had a whole heap of free actions left. We've seen this play out before. Aren't you going to do some hoopy shit?
What can I see from where I'm standing then?
From just the doorway, you see Flunt in front of you. You're still inside the
So
room.
he's
moved into the room.
right.
But
So
the
I can't
fiery
see any
chair
spiders.
lighting up
You
spiders.
left the spidey chair. Yeah, but it's around the corner. From inside the room, you still can't see. Flunt's moved out of the room, which means he can see.
4 spiders coming around the corner. Step out. Shoot. Step back in.
If I step out, will I see them? Well, I thought they ran the corner.
Yeah. Yeah, there's like a little kind of moment where there's stairs just
Cool.
outside the door.
I'll step out. Can
Yeah.
I see them?
If you step out to where Flunt is, yes, but you have to come out of the room to see.
Yeah, I'm doing that. Okay. In which case then, I start massaging the air in front of me, and a small sphere
Like a
appears.
triceratops.
That's right, yeah. Small sphere of flame appears in my hand. If I can see the spiders, how many of them are there?
4.
How close are they to each other?
You even as you are looking, you can see more eyes around the place. So, but those 4 are distinctly together.
Okay, so cool. I'll just send out a fireball.
You see the cauldrons, you see the fire pits, you see from outside. As soon as you move out into the doorway with the light the way it is, you can see all that stuff.
Let's do it to spiders. Send that fireball their way.
Mm-hmm.
DC 14.
For each of them, a DC 14. Fail. Pass. Pass. Fail.
Right, hang on. I got to do this. Hang on a second. So let's.
He's got to do math. I'd like to point out that Luke, who usually finishes his drink first, is the only person that still has his drink.
He doesn't like it. He does not like it.
It's funny, these Asian beverages, I'm thirsty again half an hour later.
You missile.
Okay, I am going to. Hang on. Can I write something down? Somebody give me a pencil.
Again,
And paper.
you've got a device right there.
Shush. I'm not prepared.
Don't you have a pen?
While
for
he's
your
doing
iPad?
math, I would like to point out
Don't you
that
have a pen for your iPad?
Right. Sorry. No, because I'll take an action. I am going to spend a sorcery point while I'm here to empower the spell, which allows me to re-roll up to 3 dice. I'm going to re-roll 2.
Oh.
So that was what they were originally. Oh, fuck. Oh.
Do you have to take any rolls?
Yeah, I do.
Did you just re-roll
I re-rolled
some
double
dice?
fucking 1 on that.
Oh, is
One of
that
it was a
worse?
1 anyway. It's
Okay.
just dropped by 2 points of damage. So that's 27 points of fire damage.
Each. So they each take
Well, the one
20.
that passed, the ones that passed get
so
half
fail. One of them catches on fire. Its legs curl up under it. Dead. Half of 27 is 13, if I'm
Yep.
not correct.
Yep.
Not correct. Yep.
No, that's right. Yep.
Yep.
Yep. Write it down.
you are very not correct.
Okay, the second of the spiders that takes damage catches on fire but stays alive. The third, looking already beaten from something, looking already beaten from something, also perishes.
Sweet.
And the last one, which looks fresh and new, but he failed his save and he's also now dead.
I am the god of hellfire.
This is how you take care of spiders.
Okay, I've still got a move action left. I'll step back in the room.
Mm-hmm.
You can move before and after an action.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yep.
Done.
So broken.
Back in. Yep.
So broken.
Yeah. All right. Well.
Yeah.
Just remember how many spiders you sent.
And what are you going to do with yourself, Flunt Face?
Well, Flunt is going to say that, DM, you're wrong about killing spiders. So non-lethal damage only kills if it exceeds their maximum hit points.
Oh, okay. It's not the con score.
Yep.
Okay.
So
All right.
that spider's just unconscious
It's
for
unconscious,
1d4
but all its
hours.
legs are fallen off.
1d4 hours.
Was it in the line of the fireball? That
It's
I just
not
sent?
dead, but its legs are gone.
1d4 hours. It's unconscious
Its
1d4
abdomen
hours.
is crushed in a way that it will never have quality of life ever again.
That's okay.
It's not dead. It's in an immense amount of pain.
24 of its eyes have popped out of their sockets and are just flailing around on the floor. It squeals in pain.
Okay, so I'm going to wait until spiders come
Can we
closer.
heal the spider?
No, it's fine. It's not dead.
Mm-hmm.
Just maimed.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
You're right. I didn't like this drink. Sorry.
So you wait. Again, spiders start swarming. They start coming in. You see them move quite a significant amount of space, some from the walls, some off the doors, some off the webs that are in the sky. And again, another. Wait, I got to roll for this. How many?
Another 43 spiders.
Yeah, I've just got to make up a number that's larger than what it says in the book and managed to do this. I mean, if you just use the fireballs, necklaces and stuff, that would have all been fine.
No, I'm literally using fireballs right now.
I know, that's exactly what. 2 spiders come at you. One of them moves into melee damage, melee attack
Are you
range.
out of the room still?
Yep. But the second of those spiders stops to smack you and attempts to stop you with webs on a 14 to hit ranged. As
Miss.
a web squirt comes right at your face.
Miss.
Okay, you missed that one, but the one that comes into melee range, I'm rolling this D&D dice, and there's a skull on one side and an and on the other. The skull is a natural 1, and I just rolled a skull.
Nice.
Mhm.
I thought I'd move back inside, but that's okay. I will now take a hit.
Mhm.
2 hits at the first one.
Mhm.
One in melee range.
You have to move
Or
even further
non-lethal.
for the web one. The web one, because it's a ranged attack, stopped 10
that's fine.
foot away.
So the first one is 24 to hit.
That'll definitely hit.
That's no, 14 points of damage.
Lethal.
Non-lethal.
Non-lethal.
Yep, 14 points of non-lethal damage.
Okay. Oh. It is incapacitated.
Oh, good. And then I step back into the room.
Okay. As you see the skittering of the one remaining fire-branded spider also start moving towards the room. Moradius, what are you going to do?
So one spider out there.
No spiders out there.
Can't see a spider out the door. He's going to move.
No, it's around the corner.
He's going to move to the door and stick his head out,
Yep, you can see the spider that just fired
like 5-10 feet out the door.
10 feet.
He's going to move to that spider and he's going to hit it twice.
You put yourself in the room to do that.
I have to, yeah.
Okay, so you move into the room and you walk up and attempt to hit that spider twice. Go
Yep.
nuts.
15 to hit.
A 15 is going to hit. Your attack is true.
For 12 points of damage. And then with his second attack
Yep,
for a natural 18 for 24 to hit
that definitely hits if the 15 does.
for 4 points of damage.
Okay, that's not a lot of damage that we're going there. Maybe a fireball would work. It's still alive.
Is it?
Yeah. So this one is still alive.
And then he's going to use the rest of his movement to move back in the room, taking the attack.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so it gets an attack upon you. That is 24 to hit.
That hits.
Okay, doing 5 point. No, it's more than that. Doing 8 points of physical damage, and just make a fortitude save for me as the burning poison sears into your body. Oh God!
14.
Doing that is enough to save. Doing 5 points of additional damage from poison. That courses straight through your body. Nikron, it is your go.
Back in the door.
Yeah. Are you in the doorway? Are you standing in front of your companions?
Leaving Nikron access to jump out,
Mhm.
shoot, jump back in.
Okay. Nikron.
Okay. So, what do I see? I jump out. What do I see?
You see a bunch of spiders out there. You see flaming cauldron. So there's a spider that where you first dumped your
So the
fire
cauldron's ignited.
no. Do you see you see that area, but you see spiders around that space?
Do I think is there fuel underneath the cauldron?
Yeah.
So if I
100%. It is ready and stoked, ready for somebody to light it.
All right, let's just take. I'm going to take the time now to. I don't know. I'm feeling inspired to fire some flame at the fuel.
Mm-hmm.
How far away is it?
It is from this position. I love when you ask me these questions. Does it matter?
No, not really. Okay. Just giving you a moment to shine, Justin, but never mind, whatever. I throw on a 19 for a fireball. I'm just going to send a fireball down there.
Okay, firebolt. 19 is definitely going to hit a space.
And that's going to be 8 points of fire damage.
Your firebolt streaks out. It looks like a fiery feather, doesn't it? Like a phoenix's feather
indeed.
that flies into this pile of wood and fuel. You see it move in there, and like a bit of dust pops up. And then you see a little spark, and then a little flame, and the flame catches some oil that seems to be in a channel under the fire, and the entire area just goes and lights up. You see spiders getting hit by fire damage. You see webs starting to erode all around it. The webs that are around the room, this fire is enough to immediately cause enough heat to remove the 90% of the webs from the room. Spiders fall to the floor, so they're not dangling anymore. At this point, can you please roll me a D? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. A D6.
A D6.
Mm-hmm.
We should have done that at the beginning, Nykron. That's a
5.
A 5. 5 of the spiders are caught in this damage. Can you please roll a 3d6?
3d6 with pleasure. Do you want to add it up and then give it the
Yep,
score?
give me the
so
whole
that
score.
is 15 points of damage, or 15 is the
Yep, 15 points of damage. So you see that these spiders all take 15 points of damage as fire hits them. Like some of them hit the fire as they fall off the web. Some of them are on fire as the webs ignite around them.
Does it look? Is it continuing to ignite stuff around it?
No,
as
just
it's going?
it's essentially the fire. It was so hot as it went.
Okay.
That now it's like it's on fire and it's cooking and boiling the cauldrons, but all the webs in the room have been dissipated from this.
I'll step back into the room.
Mhm.
Oops.
Did I hear correctly?
Yeah,
I heard a whoosh.
Yes, I ignited the cauldron. Did you see there was a cauldron down there?
Yes.
Yeah, it's lit and
what
it's
are you
literally
cooking?
lit. Spider. Delicious, I hear this time of year.
Lots of drumsticks.
Yes, it's going to get a little warm. Okay.
Flunt,
Any more spiders?
you'd have to move out into the room.
Everyone else is out of the room, right?
We're in
No,
safety.
they're all
We're
in
in
the
the room.
All right.
Everyone's in the room where it happened.
What do you want me to do?
Hold the door.
Yeah.
Wait for it to come.
Right, man. Yeah. Gotcha. I'm waiting. A
Okay.
delay.
So who is in the doorway? I need to know. Like,
Probably me.
okay, so you're standing in the
I'm
doorway,
holding the door.
holding the door, blocking the doorway access.
Moradius was further back, leaving Nykron room out and in.
All right,
yeah.
Moradius, what are you going to do?
The spider he hit before,
Mm-hmm.
he's going to run out there and try and hit it again.
Okay, you move out.
Yep. Why not? How far out does he have to go?
Same distance. It hasn't moved.
Great.
It's unconscious.
17 to hit.
Yeah, that definitely hits.
6 points of damage.
Okay.
And then with his second hit for 20 to hit, 11 points of damage.
That splats the spider into nothingness on the floor as you chop it up. Sword?
Oh, so he's using sword and board, the
Yep.
fancy sword
As
and
you
board.
slice its abdomen open and its innards fall all over the floor.
And then he'll move back behind Flunt.
Mm-hmm. At which point the GM realizes why the spiders haven't moved because he forgot their go.
I wondered.
Yeah.
I thought it might have
Anyway,
been dead.
sometimes we fuck up on everybody's behalf at this point. Nykron, it's your turn.
Okay, so any spiders left?
Yeah, you'd have to move out there to see
Okay,
them.
so is the whole place is lit up now, right? So it's
Yes, you can see into the
huge
room.
visibility in there.
It's quite a large room with pillars that are all through the place
All
with
right.
these big 3 channels.
I'm feeling
and 3 giant
somewhat more
cauldrons.
confident because I can see what I'm doing now. I'm going to step outside and survey the room. What have I got left? What's standing? What's still standing?
So in the room, you see clumped together. You can find how big a area. Like how big do they? What are you looking for?
I'm looking for something to burn.
Yeah. Do you want individuals? Do you want groups? Do you want
give me
an area?
yeah.
What
I
are you looking
I want
for?
a cluster. Give me a
In
group.
what size do you want
A
this
20
cluster?
foot, anything I can whack within a 20-foot sphere.
So you're looking for a 20-foot circle?
Yeah, something
Of
like
that?
a max damage.
Okay. In a 20-foot circle, you could catch 4 of them.
All right, let's go. DC, are they within 150-foot range, right? Beautiful. I don't know why. I care because it's so long. Dex 14, DC, go for it.
Pass. Fail. Fail. Fail.
Beautiful. That is 25 points of fire damage.
25.
25 total.
Okay, so that's 12 points of damage. The first one pops and explodes into death. The second one definitely pops into the explodes. Third one definitely pops into and explodes. But the last one stays alive. Even though it is on fire and took a massive brunt of damage, it still stays
Nice.
alive.
So this fireball goes down the corridor and like loads of balloons, these things just go.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Awesome. How are you feeling that I'm killing all these spiders?
I don't care about
Cool.
other people killing. I just
Cool,
don't
cool.
kill
I've
myself.
just been doing a little tally.
That's a very, very... Okay.
All right.
What?
Flunt.
Man, that spider bite looks a bit nasty. And he takes a puff of his pipe and then blows it in Moradius' face. 4 points of healing.
Oh. Ow. Right. Yes. Good.
That was cure wounds.
Do you have to have consent for that kind of thing to blow smoke into secondhand smoking? You contact high.
Chasing the dragon.
I'm just pointing out I healed and on cared.
You know whose turn it is? It's the spider's turn.
Is
and we've
it?
got to show some love for the spiders because at this point in time, there's only 3 left. And of those 3 that are up and moving around, 2 of them make it to the door.
Oh.
I'm not in there. I stayed out, didn't I? I didn't make the move back in.
Oh, did you not?
No.
No, it did not.
Oh, well, in that case, things change.
No, you'd said it already. It's done.
Two of them
It's
actually
done.
managed to move around you, and that also gives one of them enough space to
I was
actually
too busy
shoot a
enjoying
web
the
at
show. I
you.
was like, wow, look at what... Yeah.
Shooting the web at you. That is a 10 to hit you. I don't think that's going to
doesn't
be
hit, no.
enough. And then the 2 spiders attempt to bite you. 16 and a natural fucking 20.
Yeah.
Oh,
Perfect.
Okay, does a 16 hit?
Perfect. Yes, it does.
Okay, so you get 2 hits. The first one does 4 points of damage from its mundane hit, but the second one, we know that the second one is a critical. So it does 20 points of physical damage.
Oh, that doesn't work. Hang on.
how much
And you only add the addition once. That was a
How much poison?
Stop. Do not take that. I have to re-roll. I rolled way too many dice. That's better.
40 points.
It's actually half of that because I rolled
So
way
10.
too many. Yeah, it's 10. And I don't think you double the poison, but make a constitution save for me. Make 2 of them
How did a critical hit
2 cons.
do less damage than when I get hit normally?
because I rolled terribly the second time I rolled. I rolled a 1 and a 6.
So the first con save is a 23.
Yep.
The second one's a 10.
7 points from the first bit of damage. Sorry, half that. 3 points for the first bit of damage. Oh, I'm having a shocker. And 4 points from the 8 points from the second one.
And any other condition applying now?
Nope, you're just poised. You just been poisoned.
I'm
and
poised.
damaged.
I'm poised.
Running
Yeah.
through your veins.
This, I'm just...
You found a notebook in
I'm
your
fully
iPad.
engaged. No, I'm splitting the screen. I'm doing all kinds of cool shit over here right
Are
now.
you?
I'm very happy. I've got my pencil.
Digital pencil.
2 minutes ago, he's asking for paper
I
and
know,
pen
right?
so I could write numbers
And now
down.
I just
and I was
advanced.
like, look at me.
I just come forward 30 years in technology.
I've
It's fine.
evolved. The Windows sound happened.
Luke significantly perked up when Fireball started to fly.
He really did. Okay, and that brings us down to Flunter. No, it doesn't. Spiders, Moradius. It's late, guys, and I'm all full of gaijin, or whatever it's called. No, Gylo.
Full of a kaiju.
Spider gaiju.
As long as you're not full of a guilo, that's a whole different thing.
Don't look me around, I'm full of
You can't
gylo.
see the spiders out there?
No, they're at this point. Oh, well, they're on Moradius, so you can probably hear Moradius
Nightcran.
shrieking. Nightcran. Fuck.
How many
me.
spiders? Spiders. 3 of them, yeah.
You can see.
They're
you,
on top of
you
me.
can hear that Nightcran is shrieking as there are spiders. The wheels have fallen off.
He's going to run out there and use both of his attacks
Yep.
to try and free
Yeah,
Nightcran
there
from
is
whatever
2
danger.
that are directly on him and 1 just a bit
He's
further
going to hit
into
the one
room.
directly on Nightcran.
Yep,
Natural 20.
that's going to hit.
Oh, I don't need to roll twice. There's no confirming, is there?
Nope. Roll your weapon damage twice, but you only add your strength once. So your dice are doubled as only.
Oh, stop talking. 16 points of damage on the first hit.
Okay, you kill that one outright and smash it into the ground.
And then 14 on the second one.
That'll definitely... Oh, that meets it, beats it for the armor class.
8 points of damage.
As long as you did one, it was dead. There is one spider that is left.
Is Nykron free?
Nykron...
Nothing's base to base with him now?
No.
Like a bird.
He can only fly away.
No, I can't fly anywhere, right?
In this room, you can.
How high is it?
This room is 20 foot high, I believe.
Sweet.
Moradius is going to step in front of Nykron.
Okay, and Moradius moves in front. You can move into base to base with that spider. How much movement have you got left?
40 foot altogether.
40 foot altogether, yeah. 100% you can move up into that spider's grill.
Yep. He's going to make sure that spider's got nowhere else to go. He's going to take the hits.
And you move up into the spider. What are you going to do there, Nykron?
So how many spiders are left now?
Just one.
Just one right in front of me? Or actually, I've now got Moradius near me. So I am going to elevate. If you're between me, I haven't got to worry about withdrawing or anything, have I? No. So I'm just going to fly straight up.
Mm-hmm.
And
it's only 20 foot high, this room.
Cool. Straight up. And then basically just firebolt straight out of the beak.
Okay.
I'm going to let you just...
Tell me about the 20 spiders on the roof, Justin.
No, it's the webs that are up there because we only cleared... No.
Well, I don't worry about dropping it now. I'm stuck up there, right? 15, does that hit?
A 15 definitely does hit.
Okay, all right, here we go. Oh, stay in there. That is a 14 points of fire damage.
Which is enough to sear, pop, and kill the last of the spiders. Now, there are two that are unconscious. I'm going to leave you guys to figure out what you want to do with them. But what I will say is I did not pull any spiders out of the room. That was the amount of spiders that you fought last time. If you would use the fireballs straight off, we probably would have been here last week.
I'm going to blame
fireball.
You.
I did turn around.
I did use fireball.
I've turned around. I was right. You were wrong. You're shit players. You killed all the spiders except for two. They're going to come back.
Yes.
You've killed all their children. They were the two parents. They're very angry. Have you seen Jaws 2?
What was nice was that he told us about the cauldrons. That did make a difference.
I like the fact that Flunt doesn't know that you guys are fine. So on his turn, he's just going to run out and go, for friendship!
Standing on a spider.
And run around the corner.
And slide on some spider juice. And we're going to take this up next week. That was a whole episode that we got. You know, we could have been there an episode and a bit ago. It's a long episode too.
Yeah, it really was.
Did you say level up?
No. No, fuck off.
I counted 80.
I'm angry. I'm full of guilo. It's late, so I haven't had a nap.
87 is the maximum amount of damage you did in that encounter.
Really?
Yeah, I think 87 is the most amount of damage done in
Who's
a round
got fireball beads? Don't you have a necklace of fireball beads?
He does.
They're one use only. I can just keep doing
I
these.
know. But, you know, all I'm saying is that when we first got to the spiders, some fireball necklace beads.
I was using fireball. I used
No, you were using firebolt.
You were using Firebolt.
Yeah, but there were, I
You
used
were-
it.
you
When
didn't
I
use a single
so
area
when I logged
used
in,
burning
a
hands.
fireball had been used.